Morning everyone and welcome to our presentation. Here our game covering Shuttle 1 is here to present our first gaming project. The name of the project is called Cosmic. My name is Matthew.
My name is James. And I'm Tony.
Cosmic is a platform live adventure game that is targeted towards audience at the age of 7 and over. It contains violence and it's played for multiplayer co-operative. Here's a sample videos of how the game will look like throughout the day. Based on these two sample games, our game will be soon fact that many characters involved through varieties of levels in many different planets. For example, from the first Metro game, then you see that the character is going through a level. This will be a similar level-based design to our game Cosmic.
The game I'm making is a unique multiplayer 2.5D game which has a versus multiplayer. But one with a protagonist, the first player we're going through the level in a Metroidvania setting, whereas the other playing through the game but as the protagonist changing the level, making it more of a RTS setting. The weapon you use is a rifle that can be modified in different ways. With several different modifications, such as a Gatling, a sniper, and a launcher. With several different ammunition types, fire, shot, and ice. This is quite similar to some games, such as Star Wars Republic Commando, where you can easily swap it against a certain situation.
For example, the Gatling mod allows the innate character to shoot a variety of weapons. However, the disadvantage of it is that it'd be very slow for its movement.
For the sort of strategy element, you can sort of change the map by sort of locking doors, adding more guards, or sort of changing control routes, and you can also influence the boss battles. But for the game flow, it's quite linear, as you'll be having to go through the plans from the outside inwards, which will be touched on a bit more later. But you'll get sort of gain ability, or you sort of like gain your sort of abilities in a way. So you find your ammo and you find your mods, which will help you to get through the levels later on. Yeah, the main part of the game we want to go is Metroidvania, as sort of having large levels, but having be able to sort of go around and sort of look for secrets lurking around the map. Yeah, so one main thing is like triggering doors, which will be sort of mainly there'll be a set of different security levels going through the rainbow fashion, red as the lowest and purple as the highest. There'll also be sort of the ways that obstacles and doors which will be sort of locked, basically such as ice walls which you'll have to use fire ammo to get melt through, locked doors which you have to use the shotgun to like power it back up, and you can also freeze water to get across it. And you're picking up the items such as the mods and the ammo and health. And that's for the maps of it are probably sort of one that be big. There is a sort of set linear path, but the map can be changed by having the sort of protagonist changing and locking doors. So basically you'll have to either get through it or look for another path.
The main key point of this game is to get to one side of the whole level to the other, to the boss scene, which is at the point that you exit from the planet, as we will explain later on.
Yeah, the main story of the game, you play as a scout sent to a system thought to house the craft wars of a Haxian fleet and navy. You actually sort of go there to sort of confirm that this is the place. A large fleet is sent to deal with this place. your ship is caught in the crossfire of this sort of sudden attack, and you're forced to make a crash landing on the outlying planet.
Here now be introduced to the two main characters of the story. The first character is the playable character, Protagonist. The Protagonist is a lone survivor that crashes down to an alien planet. With his survival armor, that allow him to adapt and survive for any kind of environment along his path. At the beginning of the game, you will find his main weapon that is capable of modification and customization. He is calm and quiet, but very high tensioned, as he will need his skills to overcome and to survive these few planets we'll be introducing. The other main character, the antagonist, is the General Hexion. He is ruthless, he is fearless, he commands the entire army of the Hexion Empire. His main role in his life is to conquer the human race, either being them enslaved or do them to extinction.
Now we will be introducing some of the enemies and bosses. First of all, we have the Hexions, where we have the small and medium enemies. They have weak armor and will be easy to defeat. The elites and largers, however, have weak spots on their chests that you will have to shoot to be able to defeat them.
The other types of enemies that the main character encounter is the Avatrons. The Avatrons lie in sleep until the protagonist goes along to the ruined cities. As soon as he enters these ruined cities, they come online and be active and try to do the protagonist harm because of the invasion of the Hexions.
Here are some of the bosses that we will have at the end of each of the levels. There's the Spikeer, which has a weak spot in the center. It also has spikes that it can eject and regrow, and it can also roll into you and damage you. The Mecha and the Elites are a two-stage battle, where with the Mecha you have to destroy the feet, bringing it down to ground level, where you have to then target the main laser to be able to destroy it. The Elite, you have to damage its vehicle and destroy it before having a battle with the guard himself. The General is also a two-stage battle. He has armor that you must defeat, and when that changes colour, you then go into a melee battle with him where he brings out a massive sword.
As well as the X-Trons being the boss of the battle, you also have the Avatrons that is included in the boss battle as well. For example, the armor boss is well armored beast-type Avatron that you will have to defeat by some foe. His main weakness is the joints and his head. But there'll be two of them. One of them at the beginning of the planet and the final one at the final planet, where she will be acting a bit differently and the colour will turn red, which would make it more difficulty for the players. The other bosses include a swarm. A swarm is a small core but with a variety of swarms surrounding him. You have to defeat these swarms in order to defeat the actual core itself. Finally, the advanced board. The advanced board is an advanced robot that moves very quickly, so the players will have to be ready with his attacks before hitting at the main core. The method for telegraphing these players is when all these bosses in some kind of pose or in a very unfashionable way. This is when the players will realize this and take a clear shot at giving them the massive damage to them.
This will be our level layout. We have 7 planets in total. Each planet has its own
Different environmental
yeah.
status.
The outer one, being the coldest and the furthest away from the sun, will obviously be an ice planet, and then it goes oceanic, storm, wasteland, tropical, oasis, and then desert. Each of these worlds will have 3 levels within them. You have to progress through each level, defeating a boss at the end before you can travel to the next level. There will be a time limit on this, and if you don't get to the last level in the time limit, you have to wait and let the time limit double to then be able to travel, unless making you go back and get secrets and collectibles. Once you've collected all of them, you'll be able to fast travel to the planet anyway, regardless of the time. This will be our main menu. It's a simplistic menu with story, co-op, settings, controls, and exit. When hovering over the menu, you will have a small symbol on the left-hand side showing you what menu you selected. This will be our HUD in-game. There are three main points to it. There's the map in the top left, which will show you a small portion of the map you are playing in, not showing secrets if there are any. There's the player's HP, where it goes from green to red, standard, where you can get hit 4 times before it goes down to red. And then there'll be the weapons on the bottom left with what weapon you've got and the mod that's selected at the time.
Here now you see the control setting for this game. The control setting is very simple but very doable for the players, that allows the player to utilize both their hands. For example, the right hand will be used for the firing control on the mouse, and the left hand will be used for moving or changing the weaponry on the character. Here now you've been introduced into the cutscenes of the game. The cutscene style of this game is comic-based, for the reason being is to give it a simplicity, but also give a straightforward understanding of what is happening in that time in the story. For example, Infamous 1, 2, and Second Son uses also comic base to give a straight, clear understanding for the players to know what is happening in that storyline. Cutscene will be triggered within the gameplay, before or after entering these planets. In most regions, the protesters will start to remember his family. That's when a small cutscene is going to come in that shows his family with him. This gives him the motivation to move forward until he reunites with his family. Here now you'll be going to see an example cutscene of how it will look like throughout the whole story of the game. We're given the option for these players to have subtitles. So if they do want to know a bit more about the story, they have a subtitle on top or on the bottom that explains what is happening throughout the cutscene.
Also, if you wanted to go straight to the gameplay, there will be a skip option.
As I said before, it would be triggered through entering and exiting these planets. As you can see from this cutscene, it is showing of how the protester crash lands on the alien planet, and the escape pod activates and opens the door to reveal the protagonist.
Yeah, as for bonus content, the sort of thing I just added some just character skins, which could be unlocked through collectibles, which may have sort of minor stat changes with them for some days, sort of later on than the best one. It's quite similar to sort of kind of games like Grow and Grow, where sort of different outfits give you sort of little bonuses. And as for a DLC, we're thinking about creating a whole new campaign that's set from the AA perspective. So basically, you'll be an AA going through human commerce worlds, which is set after the game, which will sort of bring about new units and new abilities, sort of all set around kind of a human sort of way. we sort of kind of want to aim to launch this like 4 months after the game has released to keep people interested. Yeah.
We'd like to thank you for listening to our presentation, and are ready now for any questions you may like to ask.